Alrighty, let's jump into module 15. This one is about security and security systems, and I can't wait to share this with you. Remember that disclosure, I'm not a licensed attorney, I'm not a financial advisor, not a broker, I'm not a licensed individual. If so, I'm not acting that way. I'm a student just like you, just learning more, just a little bit further down the road, and I'm so excited to talk to you a little bit more about security. So, why in the world do you need security? I asked this question up front. I've never been the type of person that had an ADT system on my home growing up. Vivint's never been my thing. I know people make money selling security. Never had exposure. I always thought it was a pain at the restaurant that I worked in that I had to type in a code, and I was terrified the fire department was going to come every time. I was running for the door.
Yeah.
That's where I came from. So if you're there, I'm walking you through it just step by step. So in all of our short-term rental units, we have a security system of some sort. And the reason we do is we need to be able to monitor the property. We need to be able to monitor how many people are there, that there aren't any parties. We have never had a party in any of our units, and I can say that because of security systems. There are so many stories of parties, of drinking, of charging $3 a head for a party at a big house. Everyone has somebody who has had that experience, and I never have because of this. This is the key. It allows you to protect your property, no parties, you can charge for extra guests, you can see when people are coming and going if you need to. You can monitor for late checkout and early check-in, which allows you to add additional income. So if you know people didn't leave on time, take a little clip of that video, throw it in a drive folder, charge them their extra $15. Even if they didn't request it, you can charge it against their security deposit if that's a strategy you want to employ. If it's not, don't do that. But having a security system allows you the option. Without that, you don't even have that option. You can assist guests at entering the property. Part of what we deal with short-term rentals and vacations is we deal with a global audience. And I'm telling you that all around the world, people do not have the same experience getting into houses with locks, with keys, all of the above, reading instructions in a different language. It is tough. And being able to actually see where your guests are allows you, hey, am I at the right property? You can see if they are or are not. You can help them get in. Having a security system allows you to unlock the door for them if they get stuck, allowing their first impression to be stellar. And lastly, you can prevent stolen items. I talked about this story earlier in a module about furnishing and supplies, preventing theft. Super cute family stayed at one of our units, rented an RV. They were just staying overnight before getting on a plane to go back home. Super cute people, very clean. Took the broom out of our unit to go clean the RV before they returned it. Very kind, respectful, but they left the broom in there on accident. But because we had security, we were able to go back through, see the broom leaving our house and not coming back. And we were able to charge them a reasonable amount. We charged them $10 for the broom, replaced it at no cost to ourselves. Easy peasy lemon squeezy if you have the tools to do so. So, recommended security systems. This is tough. There might be other providers out there. I haven't explored it. I was kind of anti-security when I started this journey. Vivint Security, I know a lot of operators really enjoy them and love their products for short-term rentals because they are integrated and just all in one place. All of their camera views are just all in the same place. Locks, you can see all your properties at the same time if you have multiple properties, but there's a cost associated. These are the numbers that I've heard from friends of friends. So you talk to your Vivint dealer near you, not sponsored by Vivint or by any of the products listed. We don't use Vivint right now. We never have, but I do know people that love it. Cost varies. For a 2-bedroom, it was about $1,000 to get all the products installed, and there's a subscription attached. So it's about $40 a month after that, and that is a cost that you need to add in when you're running your comps, running the numbers, seeing if the property will work for you and will bring you the cash flow that you want. Home Haven system, So this is something that we are just starting to create some videos on our own personal website, home-havens.com. So by the time this class comes out, definitely go check out the site. There'll be some video content there where you can see exactly step-by-step how to set it up, because it is a little bit technical. You do have to copy and paste some code, but if you follow the video steps exactly, you can do it. So it costs about, I did the same, so about for a 2-bedroom, so you can kind of have an apples to apples comparison. It's about $700 to self-install. There's a learning curve, which those videos help with that. And it is more flexible than the other systems, just because if you don't want a window sensor, you don't have to add it. If you only have one door instead of 2 doors, you don't have to add it. So they're very much flexible. It can integrate really well with automation depending on how technical you make your units. And there's no subscriptions, which is huge, because being able to have that, not have that expense every month, saves you money and ultimately puts money in your pocket. So the Home Havens setup, this is what we have. So you have your lock. We use a smart lock. All links can be found on home-havens.com/shop the list, and that is our supply list. There is a security section that will have all of these components. So, and you have to buy the ones on the list or it won't play in correctly. If you have questions about any of them, reach out. If you can't find products available, reach out. The lock, we use a Schlage Connect lock. And the Schlage Connect, you have to use that one. There's Schlage Sense. There's all these different numbers at the end, different model numbers. Use the one linked on the website. It's a smart lock, and that's the lock that integrates with this system, where we can program the lock to have an individual code. So each guest that stays at the property, each booking, I must say. So if there's like 5 people that book, they just all get the same code. Those guests have a code that's just for them, and it expires as soon as they check out. So it activates when they check in, it expires when they check out, and that is so important for security, because then they can't come back a week later and accidentally barge in on guests or take something. So that's the lock component. It's a touch screen. They put in the code, they hit unlock, unlocks the door. Beauty of that is you can also unlock it from your phone remotely. So, and you can also set it to lock. So we have all of our locks set to lock 30 seconds after the doors have shut. The reason that's important, I'll tell you a story. So we have an up-down duplex, which are very hard to operate as short-term rentals. And we frequently have guests who don't read the instructions and they show up at the wrong unit. So even though we have this beautiful system where everybody has their own code that will only let them into the unit that they're supposed to be in, the times that they're supposed to be there, if you don't lock the door, whether you put in a code or not, if you open the door, if you put in your correct code and you open the door, then you're walking in on somebody and you're in the wrong unit, and it's just a big disaster with 2 different guests. So that's how we knew it was important to add the auto lock feature, which you can do on these locks. Again, all of this is detailed in the videos on home-havens.com. You can find them there. It's under something about security. It will be listed on our website. Software. We use SmartThings software, and it's called Our Boys app is the name of the company. They are programmers who have created this software. It's called a rental lock automator that allows you to connect your calendar from your Airbnb listings. So each guest will get a unique code that only works during the time that they're supposed to be staying there. There's a hub, which is kind of like an internet router. It's a small square plug-in box that allows the lock to connect to Wi-Fi, so you can get access to it on your phone anywhere from the world, or any of your employees, anyone that works with you can as well. Just an easy, simple login. Thermostat. This one we've seen is very, very beneficial. You get people from all around the world in your properties, and some of them like it hot, some like it cold, some like to turn on the heat and open the windows, and that costs you more. So having a smart thermostat, we like the Nest model. Again, you can find a link on our website. Allows you to set parameters on the temperatures. It allows them to adjust the temperature, but maybe an hour later, 2 hours later, it kicks it back to your where you want the temperature to be. So it allows the guest to have some flexibility, but then it really benefits you as far as what you're paying in utilities. People ask me all the time in the numbers slide, so under the comps module, how in the world do you have expenses down to $400? My heating bill in my house, the same size, runs this. And all houses are different, but having smart thermostats makes a huge difference. They're expensive, they're $100, but they'll save you more than that, like month 2. Front door camera. This is that camera. You cannot put cameras inside your unit. I don't care if they're covered. I don't care if they're turned off. It is a liability. We never put cameras inside our unit, and I would suggest that you don't either. Reason being, most places it's illegal. So, I would highly suggest you do not. Consult your attorney, consult who you need to if you want to make sure that information is correct for your exact situation. This is really silly, but I'm going to throw it in here. So if you have a deadbolt and a twist regular front door handle, and you replace the deadbolt with that special Schlage Connect lock that I told you about and you bought from the website just like you were supposed to, there is usually still a lock on the actual physical door handle. And we all know this. We do this. We walk outside of our house, we flip that little thing on the doorknob, and we shut the door behind us. Now, if you did everything right on the security system, I'm telling you this because it has happened before. If you flip that and you shut that door and you haven't replaced the doorknob, the guest goes to enter, and even if they can unlock the smart lock with their special code, they can't get into the door because the regular doorknob has a keyed lock on it still. And it might not come up for a couple of days, but then it will, and it'll be an issue. So when you do that, replace your doorknob with one that does not have a key on it. So it's just a blank, if you will. Most places, most hardware stores do not advertise them differently as like indoor use or outdoor use. They're most often labeled as like hall and closet doorknobs because they don't have a lock on them. That's exactly what you want. Don't worry about it being used for exterior use. They will hold up great. Just get something that matches your other hardware and does not have a lock on it. If any of this is confusing, you're not understanding what I'm explaining on the audio, go to the videos on home-havens.com and it will explain it there. And that wraps up Module 15 on security. We will see you in Module 16, and we're going to talk about guest messaging, and this is a big one. This is a good module, and I can't wait to see you there.